Welcome to the deep dive. So, you sent us this really interesting source, an audio piece called Future Forward, exploring 20 game-changing tech trends.
Yeah, fascinating listen. Lots to unpack there.
Definitely. And your mission, basically, was to get a clear handle on the key tech trends they talked about. We've picked out 15 for this deep dive.
Right. The goal isn't just to list them, but to give you a sense of why they actually matter,
Yeah.
maybe in ways you haven't thought about.
Exactly, because we know you're busy. You want the insights, the core ideas shaping things without getting bogged down.
And what really jumps out from Future Forward is just how fast everything's moving. It's not science fiction anymore.
Not at all.
Right.
Okay, so let's dive in. First up, a big one, artificial intelligence and machine learning.
AI and ML, yeah. The source put it, well, it's more than just buzzwords. We're talking digital brains that can learn, reason, even improve on their own.
And the sheer scale is staggering. They mentioned, what, a $190 billion industry projection just for next year?
That's the number. But what's really key, I think, is how it's becoming tangible. You know, personalized ads, sure, virtual assistants, we see those.
Mm-hmm.
But they also highlighted things like life-saving medical diagnostics. That shows a real shift, doesn't it? AI moving beyond just convenience.
Yeah, into critical applications. That's a good point. Okay, moving on, 5G. The source stressed this isn't just about faster downloads.
No, definitely not, although faster is nice. The real game changer is the ultra-low latency, the responsiveness.
See, that's the lag time, right?
Exactly. With 5G, it's practically instantaneous, milliseconds. And that unlocks things that just weren't possible before.
Like what examples did they give?
Well, remote surgeries were mentioned. A surgeon operating robotics from miles away with real-time feedback.
Ah.
And autonomous vehicles. They need that split-second reaction time. Plus, truly immersive VR without the, lag that makes you feel sick.
Right. So for you, the listener, this could change remote work, education, lots of things.
Absolutely. Real-time interaction gets a massive boost.
Okay, next. The Internet of Things. IoT. The source described this world just teeming with connected devices. Billions of them.
Yeah, it's not just a few smart speakers anymore. It's this huge web. They give examples like your smartwatch syncing with your fridge,
Okay.
or your car updating your calendar based on traffic, even whole factories managing themselves with sensors.
It promises amazing convenience, efficiency, but I guess it also raises questions.
Oh, absolutely. Security, privacy. When everything is connected and sharing data, you have to think about that. It's a huge consideration.
Makes sense. And speaking of efficiency, let's talk edge computing. The idea here, as Future Forward put it, is processing data locally near the source.
Exactly. Instead of sending everything up to the cloud and back, you process it right at the edge.
And why is that better?
Speed. And smarter automation. Think about those self-driving cars again.
Right.
They can't wait for data to go to the cloud and back to decide whether to brake. Edge computing means instant analysis, instant action. Same in smart factories, real-time adjustments on the floor.
So it's like having a mini brain right where the action is.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Okay, cool. Blockchain. People hear blockchain, they think crypto, right?
Often, yes. But the source was clear. It's much broader than that.
Hmm.
Fundamentally, it's about creating secure, tamper-proof records, immutable records.
Immutable meaning. Can't be changed.
Exactly. Once it's on the chain, it's there. Transparently. They mentioned supply chains tracking goods securely, even voting systems.
Voting systems, interesting.
Yeah, the potential is there for increased trust and transparency in areas where that's, well, really critical. It's about embedding trust in the system itself.
Got it. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR. The source suggested these are moving way beyond just gaming.
Definitely. The focus is shifting hard towards practical uses, like doctors training for surgery in super realistic simulations.
That makes sense. Less risk.
Right. Or virtual property tours. You could check out a house from anywhere. And education, imagine students virtually walking through ancient Rome.
Yeah, really immersive learning. So it's augmenting our world or creating new ones for specific tasks.
Precisely. Transforming how we learn, work, interact with information.
Now, something called AI augmented development. Sounds like AI helping programmers.
Kind of like a co-pilot. Yeah. A real-time assistant for software developers.
So what does it actually do?
Well, it can automate tedious coding, suggest better ways to write things, help find bugs. Basically, it speeds up the whole process.
Like a supercharged assistant, as they put it.
Exactly. It frees up developers to focus on the harder, more creative problems. Faster innovation across the board, potentially.
Okay. Next, industry cloud platforms. So not just the cloud, but specific clouds for different industries.
Yeah, tailored digital environments in healthcare, finance, logistics. Each has unique needs, right?
Mhm.
Regulations, security protocols, specific workflows.
Sure.
So these platforms are built specifically for those needs. The benefit, as the source highlighted, is better speed, easier compliance, more scalability within that industry.
Makes sense. A custom fit rather than one size fits all.
Pretty much.
All right, smart applications. These are apps that learn from us.
They watch how you use them, your preferences, your habits, and they adapt.
We see this already, don't we? Like streaming services recommending shows.
Exactly that. Or smart thermostats, learning your heating preferences. They're becoming more like proactive personal companions, anticipating what you might need or want.
Okay, halfway through our list now. Democratize generative AI. Democratize sounds like AI for everyone.
That's the core idea. Generative AI means AI that can create new things, art, stories, music, code, designs.
Right, we've seen some amazing examples of that lately.
And democratize means these tools are becoming accessible to people who aren't tech experts or, trained artists.
So anyone can generate content.
Increasingly, yes, it lowers the barrier to creativity massively. It could really shake up creative industries, marketing, design, lots of fields.
Interesting. Okay, shifting to security. Continuous threat exposure management. Sounds intense.
It's a more proactive approach. Instead of just waiting for an attack and reacting.
Which feels like what usually happens.
Right. These systems are constantly scanning your digital footprint, looking for weaknesses, vulnerabilities, before the bad guys find them.
Like a 247 digital security guard.
That's the analogy the source used, yeah. Find the open window before someone tries to climb through it. Crucial in today's threat landscape.
Definitely. And following on from that, AI trust, risk, and security management.
TISM.
Yeah, this is about the ethics and responsibility side of AI. As AI gets more powerful, we need to make sure it's, well, trustworthy.
So not just can it do the job, but should it, and is it fair?
Exactly. Is it responsible? Is it transparent? Is it secure? How do we manage the risks? It's about building guardrails, ensuring accountability.
Vitally important as AI becomes more embedded.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, almost there. Platform engineering, this sounds foundational.
It really is. Think of it as building the robust workshop for the developers, creating the tools, the pipelines, the infrastructure.
The digital scaffolding, I think they called it. That's the phrase. It allows developers to build and release software quickly, reliably, and at scale. It enables a lot of the innovation we've talked about.
Makes sense. You need a solid foundation.
Always.
And finally, this one sounds a bit sci-fi. Machine customers. Machines. Buying things.
It does sound futuristic, doesn't it? But it's starting to happen. Think of autonomous systems making purchasing decisions based on rules or data.
Like what, though?
Well, the source mentioned things like a system automatically reordering supplies when inventory gets low,
Okay, I can see that.
or negotiating prices with vendors based on algorithms, or scheduling its own maintenance based on sensor readings. It's machines acting as economic agents on behalf of people or businesses.
So your smart fridge actually ordering the milk when you run out.
That's a perfect, simple example, yeah. Saving time and effort through automation.
And the last one they touched on, the augmented connected workforce, using tech to empower workers.
Right. Especially closing the gap between, say, frontline workers and office workers, or bridging distances. Think smart glasses giving instructions,
Oh, yeah.
virtual dashboards, overlaying information, real-time analytics helping make decisions on the spot. It's about boosting productivity and skills wherever the worker is.
So wrapping this up, these 15 trends drawn from that future forward source, they aren't just guesses about tomorrow.
Not at all. They're happening now. They're reshaping how we work, how we live, how we connect. Understanding them is pretty crucial, I'd say.
Yeah, it helps you kind of see where things are heading, how to adapt.
Exactly. Gives you perspective on the changes already underway.
So here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Looking at this list, AI, 5G, IoT, generative AI, all of them. Which one do you think will hit closest to home for you? Which will have the biggest impact on your life or your industry in the next few years?
That's a great question. Something to really consider as these technologies continue to evolve around us.